a neck like a Modigliani.
Number 1. Amending for a misguided and morally bad task, Arthur Nerves of Steel. If you think the episodes Arthur's Big Hit Bleep and DW The Food Prejudice were so iconic in education despite the controversies, one episode in particular of the former animated PBS series stands out even more. Nerves of Steel. In the episode, knowing he and Arthur don't have cyber toy figs, especially since they are a little expensive, Buster Baxter, Arthur's best friend, misguidedly thieves in secret the toy, but in plain sight from a local drugstore. After secretly placing it in his bag, Buster leaves the store without incident, but then regrets his poor choice, believing he's a real crook amid his act of minor shoplifting. During a cutaway sequence, Buster's a fugitive for it and ends up in a courthouse-themed classroom where Mr. Elliot E. Ratburn is the judge. Asking students jurors about how they spent their weekend, the Brit judge, attired rat in a white English judicial wig, is informed by gleefully Arthur, Brain, Francine, and Binky that they each had read about Crime and Punishment, studied motion detection and security systems, and went on a tour of the police station. All this relates to crimes being similar to what Buster's done in the first place. He reluctantly then confesses that he's stolen a cyber toy to everyone's horror and dismay. Ratburn then rebukes Buster as an official criminal, and as he bangs his gavel, Buster instantly clothes changes to a prisoner's black and white striped uniform. To his chagrin, it serves Buster right for stealing the toy in the first place, all because he and Arthur have none of their own. After the cutaway, Buster secretly confides in Arthur at his place, so in his room, Buster confesses privately to Arthur what he's done and states he no longer wants it. Arthur advises Buster that they are to return to the store the following day and secretly return the stolen before the place opens. However, as they know it's the right thing to do, Arthur and Buster realize then that Arthur's parents will be suspectful what they are up to should Buster exit with the toy in his possession. Fortunately, Buster takes the toy out in Arthur's garbage bin to secretly move it out of his house despite the noise it is making, which Buster poses as his growling stomach. This confuses Arthur's mother Jane, but does not increase her suspicions. The next day, Arthur's approached by Buster across from the store, who has the handwritten note amending for the theft of the toy and appearing to be anonymous, but Arthur points out that not only will his name being involved in the letter get him in trouble instead, but also it's anonymous, not unanimous, hence Buster's sloppy handwriting partially. At the store, however, the owner is doing last-minute inventory but invites the guys in anyway. Plus, the two find out that all the toys have been sold out overnight and know that if they leave the cyber toy right this instant, the owner will quickly suspect it. Arthur leaves the toy secretly in others' place. Buster goes to look at the candy to decrease the incline of suspicion before they can leave empty-handed. The owner yet takes notice of the toy when it audibly attracts his unwanted and untimely attention by its loud noise. He also sees the note in his hand and spots Arthur and Buster, preventing them from leaving the store to get some answers about the latter. Buster horribly confesses that it's his idea solely and asks the owner to check his security camera to see that it's been him all the time. The owner tells the boys it's been broken for some time, but his phone still works and needs to make some phone calls, not calling the cops because it's a petty theft chosen by Buster alone. The owner still scolds Buster and Arthur that although they've meant well by returning the toy, thieving it from the start is where they went wrong. Very wrong. David tells Arthur that despite him not stealing the toy himself, covering it up illegally has only worsened the situation, for by working with Buster in keeping this from them and Betsy, Arthur has become an accomplice after the fact. An accomplice after the fact is defined as someone knowing of the crime after the culprit has committed, helped them willingly and intentionally. So they both tell Arthur that as a result, they're very disappointed in him and Buster alike.